Some TV, the pulse of the nation. Some TV, the pulse of
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and JSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Good morning and welcome to Business Daily on Some TV, the pulse of the nation. Your trusted source for in-depth analysis, market trend, and key drivers shaping Nigerian economic landscape. I am Teresa Ayuba. Here are some of the headlines for today. We'll be taking a brief commercial break before the headlines. Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride your way.
State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Sun TV, your premier 247 destination for local and international entertainment, news, and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Sun TV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Sun TV.
Super Cab, safe, convenient, and affordable 247 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State.
Welcome back. Now the headlines. Dangote Refinery import approximately 9 to 10 million barrels of crude oil monthly. Nigerian stock market raises to over 132,000. Nigerians' economy grew by 3.13% in the first quarter of 2025, says NBS. Now the news in full. Dangote Refinery import approximately 9 to 10 million barrels of crude oil monthly from the U.S. and other countries at high cost, according to Aliko Dangote, President/CEO of Dangote Industry Limited. The refinery struggles to secure crude oil at competitive terms due to international trading companies buying Nigerian crude and reselling it with hefty premiums. Dangote praised the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) for making some cargoes of Nigerian crude available to them since the start of the production. Africa lost around $90 billion annually to import petroleum products, with the continent importing over 120 million tons of refined product each year. Africa is becoming a destination for cheap, often toxic petroleum products blended to substandard levels not permitted in Europe or North America. Dangote urges African governments to implement protective measures for domestic refiners, similarly to those in US, Canada, and EU. The Dangote refinery is an entire industry ecosystem built from scratch, requiring significant investment and logistic effort. A dedicated seaport was constructed for the refinery due to existing Nigerian ports being unable to handle the size and volume of equipment required. The Nigerian stock market extended its gains on July 22, 2025, with the all-share index rising by 624.96 points to close at 132,451,000. This represents a 0.47 increase from the previous day's close to 131,826 million daily trading volume surge for 771.6 million shares, up from 706 million to the prior season. Total market capitalization each up to 83.7 trillion naira from 83.3 trillion. Dangote Sugar and Tea posted impressive gains of 10% and 9.97% respectively. LA Leaks and Legend Internet lead the losers chart, both shading 10%. Access Corp topped the volume chart with 102.8 million shares, followed by LA Leaks and UBA. The market bullish momentum continues with the all-share index firmly above 132 mark. If investors' sentiment stay positive, the index may challenge the 135 level in the near term. Global Credit Rating against Fitch Rating has affirmed Ecobank Nigeria Limited long-term issued defaulter rating at CCC while downgrading the bank
viability rating to F from CCC and shareholders support rating to no support from CCC. The downgrade reflects Fitch view that the bank has suffered a material capital shortfall with its total capital adequate ratio breaching the total 10% regulatory requirement. Ecobank Nigerian has remained in breach of 10% minimum CAR requirement since February 2024. Despite regulatory forbearances, the bank's weak for profitability and high credit concentration contribute to the capital deficit. Ecobank has sufficiently internal liquidity to repay its remaining $150 Euro bond maturing in February 2026. Fitch believes default remains a genuine risk for Ecobank Nigeria, primarily due to its significant capital shortfall and potential deposit withdrawals. The Federal High Court in Abuja has rejected a fresh bail application by Jason Michael, CEO of Africa Arbitrage System (AAS), in an alleged investment fraud case involving $416 and 590 million net. That Michael's request for bail on held ground was lacking in merit, and that the correctional center had capacity to take care of his medical needs. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) accused Michael and his company of engaging in special financial service without a valid license and inviting the public to deposit funds. The EFCC stated that this controversial Section 44 of the adjourned the matters for trial. Michael's lawyer filed another bail application, which was opposed by the EFCC. The court refused the bail application and adjourned the matter till July 25th for continuation of the trial. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the National Single Window Steering Committee to ensure the digital trade platform becomes fully operational by the first quarter of 2026. These directives was delivered during the committee's fifth meeting at the State House in Abuja, where Tinubu was represented by the Chief of Staff, Femi Bajimela. The key objectives of the National Single Window project includes to integrate all relevant agencies onto one portal of enhanced transparency and reduce trade costs, enhance Nigerian global trade reputation by streamlining trade process and reducing bureaucratic producer, facilitate cross-border transaction, drive increased investment, and support economic diversification. All Q2 2025 milestones have been successfully achieved. Customization of the platform is already underway. The committee is confident of the meeting. The rollout deadline steering committee. Members include Ministry of Finance, Wale Edun, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economic, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Jumoke Oduwolo, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Federal Island Revenue Service, Dr. Zek Adedeji, Executive Chairman, Nigerian Customs Service, members of the steering committee. The National Single Window Project is a flagship digital trade facilitation initiative of the federal government, launched in April 2024. It aims to harmonize all trade release agencies on one portal, enabling importers and exporters to process documentation and clear goods more efficiently. Nigerians' economy grew by 3.13% in the first quarter of 2025. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, this growth represents a significant improvement from the 2.27% according to the same period of 2024. The NBS attributes this growth to strong performance in the service and industry sector. Key highlight of the GDP report include service sector, grew by 4.33% and contributed 57.50% to the aggregate GDP, driven by telecommunication, real estate, financial institution, trade, construction, and food, tobacco manufacturing. Industry sector expanded by 3.42% compared to 2.35% in Q1 2024, with notable performance in manufacturing and construction. Agriculture recorded a modest growth of 0.07%, a significant improvement from 1.79% contraction in the same period last year. Oil sector contributed 3.97% to the total real GDP, with average daily crude oil production rising to 1.62 million barrels per day. In Q1 2025, the revised GDP figures provide a more accurate reflection of Nigeria's economic structure, with services and industry gaining performance. Reaction of the report vary, with some government officials and analysts seeing it as testament to the effectiveness of current economic policies, while others remain cautious, noting that more needs to be done to achieve sustainable growth and lift Nigeria out of poverty. Some Nigerians, including government officials like Daniel Wale and Kamuruddin Kwawele Yusuf, believe the growth is a positive sign reflecting the impacts of economic reforms. Others like Adetilewa, Adebajo, and Opeluwa expressed concern that the growth rate may not be enough to significantly improve living standards or address poverty. Experts like Sanisu Dan Tata and Opono Louis offer news perspective, highlighting the need for continual growth and investment to achieve a $1 trillion economy. The revised GDP figures also show that Nigerian public debt to GDP ratio dropped to 39.4% in Q1 2025, following the successful rebalancing of country's GDP. The Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Oluyemi Cardoso and Apex Bank have reached a settlement with Melrose General Service over a contempt suit related to the Supreme Court judgment on the Paris Club reform. The parties announced the settlement before Justice Muhammad Umar of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The CBN paid 30 million naira to Melrose General Service, resolving the outstanding issues. The plaintiff counsel appealed to discontinue the case and the court struck it out. The Supreme Court reversed a forfeit order issued against Melrose General Service Fund in a case initiated by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. Melrose General Service filed a contempt suit against the CBN, governor, and others, alleging failure to comply with the Supreme Court judgment. The settlement brings an end to the legal disputes between the parties. The Nigerian Senate has approved President Bola Tinubu's external borrowing plans of $21.5 billion for 2025 and 2026. The approval follows the presentation of the report of Committee on Local and Foreign Debt at plenary by Senator Alihu Wamako. The Senate also approved a loan request of 15 billion Japanese yen and 60 million euros grant. The Senate approved the issuance of federal government bond of 757 billion naira for payment of accurate right pension. The Senate approved President Tinubu's request for capital raising of up to $2 billion through a foreign currency-dominated instrument in the domestic market. Senator Solomon Adiola, Sani Musa, Adio Tokumbo, Abiru, and Victor Ume expressed support for the borrowing plan. citing its potential to boost economic growth and development. Senator Abdul Nangi raised concern about the repayment plan and the need for transparency in the use of borrowed funds. The borrowing plan is part of the already approved medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper for the 2025 budget. The federal government has launched the National Soybean Production and Expansion Policy and Strategy to boost local soybean production in Nigeria. The policy aims to generate 3.9 trillion naira in annual revenue and create 1 million off-farm jobs across 22 states and the FCT. Cultivate 1 million hectares of farmland and deliver 460 metric tons of soybean grain to the market within 2 years. Strengthen the soybean value chain and make it more competitive through the supportive policy and strategic interventions. Create 1 million jobs in the farm and off-farm sector, contributing to economic diversification and national prosperities. Create an enabling environment for growth through supportive policies and targeted intervention. Foster partnership with state research center and its private sector to drive soybean production and processing. The policy launched a significant step toward achieving food security and economic diversification in Nigeria. The governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Oleyemi Kados, has declared that Nigerians are regaining confidence in the naira, attributing this development to a combination of fiscal discipline and target monetary reforms. Cardoso made this statement at a press briefing in Abuja, following the conclusion of 301-seat Monetary Policy Committee (MPC) meeting. Cardoso highlighted sustained stability in the foreign exchange market, improved capital flows, raising non-oil export, and significant investment. He noted that Nigerians are having greater confidence in their own currency. A key indicator of economic stability, the CBN held the monetary policy rate at 27%, disinflation, and contained price pressure. The CBN remained focused on restoring price stability and reducing inflation, currently at 22.22%. Cardos emphasized the importance of sustaining economic growth and stability through effective monetary policy. The NPC's decision to hold the monetary policy rate at 27.5% was unanimous. Cranebrook ESKG Motorway Company PLC has listed its 32.5 billion naira 20-year senior guarantee infrastructure bond on Nigerian Exchange Limited. The bond, which started trading on July 21, 2025, carries a fixed annual coupon rate of 20% and is set to mature in April 2045. The bond is priced at 1,000 per unit, with a total of 32.5 million units listed on NGX. Semi-annual interest payments will be made on April 23rd and October 23rd each year until maturity. The bond is backed by Infrastructure Credit Guarantee Company Limited, providing additional investor confidence. That's all for it on Business Daily. Stay connected on Some TV. I am Teresa Ayuba.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds.